Hello, Daz Studio enthusiasts. Once again, this is Not From This World, and I want to welcome you back to my tutorial series. Now, in the last video, I talked about adding items to your favorites tab up here, and you can do that by selecting your prop that you want from your content library, and then saving it into the favorites. Now, you can also do that same thing with scripts. And when you download a script from Daz Studio, it often can easily be placed into the scripts tab here for easy access. But I had a problem about a week ago where I hit a button over here near the parameters tab and I reset my Daz Studio toolbox. And it really messed things up. And I still don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. But when I did that, my entire toolbox here got messed up and I had blank spaces and everything. So I had to go to my Windows tab and the workspace down to customize. And when I did that, I just hit the default and reset everything. Now, the problem with this is that when you reset your Daz Studio and your menu goes back to the default setting. So now when I go to scripts, nothing that I had there is under it anymore. And this became a big problem because I did show you in a previous video how you can get a script that will now take any Genesis 8 pose and put it into a Genesis 9 character. But in order to do that, you've got to have this script enabled in your tabs, or you can't pose your Genesis 9 character. And I have several commissions now where I am using Genesis 9 characters, but I have so many Genesis 8 poses that I have to use this. Now, I did figure this out, how to add my scripts back to the script tab, and so that's what I want to show you today. Now, you can find your scripts under your Daz Studio Format tab in the content library, and you can hit the My Daz Studio library, and when you do that, go down here to scripts. And when I click on the scripts, we're going to find those scripts I was just telling you about. I have a Genesis 3 and 8 script that will convert the G3 and G8 poses to G9. And I also have a G9 back to Genesis 3 and 8, so I can go in the reverse with my poses. And then I have another G9 to G3 and G8 pose converter. So what I need is for these to be up in the scripts. Now to do this, what I have to do is I have to select it, and then I have to go to the script in the menu, right click it, and then go to Create Custom Action. When I do that, it's going to come up with a root category, and I need to change this to scripts. Once it's at scripts, I can then just hit accept. And now when I go up to scripts, that script is now back up there. So I have to do that with all three of my scripts that convert poses. So I'm just going to add them really quick. And now when I go up to my scripts tab, they are back. Okay, so I've added a Genesis 9 character just for fun. Let's see if these scripts will work. So I'm going to go to my Genesis 8 folder, go to poses, and we're just going to pose her in a standing position just to make this easy. So one of my favorite poses to use with Genesis 8 is my Simply Standing. It's kind of a standby for a lot of just general poses. So let's select one. And how we're going to do this, we just click the pose we want once, and then we come up to the scripts, and then just hit Genesis 3 and 8 to Genesis 9. Then at first it will come up with this assign a shortcut key or add a script. So we're going to do that, and we're going to add this to the script menu, hit OK, and now we should be able to use the script. And there it is. Okay, now I have to admit I'm still having trouble with this because I don't understand why my scripts disappeared. But now I've got it kind of in two ways. And every time I hit this top one, it's going to ask me to add the script. But now it's added back. My problem is I don't know how to delete this. So I have this option here, and I really need to get rid of it. And I'm not sure how to just get rid of this out of the scripts. So I've got this extra item in the scripts that doesn't work. I can right click it. It doesn't do any good. This is really what I want right here. And it's what causes you to be able to change your pose from G8 to G9. Not only is tonight a good demo, it might end up opening up more questions than answers. How would you move your scripts back to that script tab? For these poses, I absolutely have to have it because you can't convert your pose without it in the script tab. So I'd really like to know what you guys do and how you address this, because it's turned out to be a major hassle for me. And it seems to disappear from time to time, and I have to go back and add it in. Whatever I did to reset things really did mess up my Daz Studio. So I'd love to hear from you on this subject. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'm going to run render. We're going to get Milica rendered up here to get our thumbnail, but I encourage you, if you haven't done it, to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm a small little channel. I'm struggling here. I only get a couple hundred hits and views for each video, which just isn't enough. It's not enough for me to keep doing this twice a week, so I've kind of cut it down to once a week. But I'd love to have some more feedback, questions, comments, suggestions, so that we can watch this channel grow. All right, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy rendering.